What is up, you guys? Welcome back into another showcase for you. And this time around, we have the Avengers from 2012. We did Captain America last Wednesday, I believe. And yeah, we're doing the Avengers now, and still got a long ways to go before Doomsday, but we are on schedule to finish right around December 18th. And so yeah, Avengers 2012. People have mixed feelings about this movie. I like it. I think it finally brought us all of them together, and that's what you love to see from Marvel. So let's get into the showcase. So for the first figure, we're actually not going to start with an Avenger, since I'm going in order they appear in the movie. And so the first character we have is Nick Fury, and for him, I've just been using the Nick Fury from the 2019 Far From Home set or the 2020 Avengers theme sets, because you just get a nice Nick Fury figure, and yeah, nothing much else to change for a really simple character. Next figure we have up is Agent Coulson, and sad thing about him is this is the last showcase he will be in before Doomsday, because of course he passes in this movie by the hands of Loki. And yeah, pretty sad to see him go. He wasn't there for much long, but nonetheless, here is how to build him. You're going to use the torso, legs, and hair from Agent Coulson, and then the head from Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne. It's the same build I've been using for him for the showcases, but yeah, it still works good for this one. Next we have Maria Hill, and this is her first appearance in the MCU, I believe. And yeah, she's pretty simple. There is a Maria Hill figure, I just can't find mine. So to build her with parts not from her, I use the black legs, torso from Black Widow, head from Captain Marvel, and then this dark brown ponytail piece that's come in Lego City. So good introduction and a simple build for her. Next we have Eric Selvig. And if you've seen my Thor showcase, you would know that the next figure we have is Selvig, and for him I use the legs, which are just black legs, this torso from MJ flipped around, put some tan hands on there, and then the head from Slugworth, I think, from Harry Potter, or one of the other professors, not very sure of his name. And then this hair from J. Jonah Jameson from the Marvel Mini Modulars Daily Bugle. And yeah, I thought that looked good for him. Next we have Hawkeye. Picking up from where we left off from him in Thor, he's working with S.H.I.E.L.D. And for his outfit from the beginning, I used some black legs, torso from Bruce Banner, put some black hands on there for gloves, and then the head and hair from Hawkeye, because you can't get much better than that CMF figure. Next up we see Loki invade S.H.I.E.L.D's headquarters, and for him I just use the entire Loki figure from the 2023 Quinjet, because can't get much better than that. And then gave him this staff from the 2020 Little Avengers Tower, the 4+ one. Put a blue stud on there. I don't know if that was included in the instructions for the set or not, but I popped one on there, and yeah, that is Loki. Pretty simple, but a pretty awesome figure. Next up, from Tony Stark's Stark Tower, we have Iron Man Mark 6 when he flies in from, I think he's like investigating a submarine, but nonetheless, just use the entire Mark 6 figure from the newer Iron Man and War Machine versus the Hammer drones. So you get that nice Mark 6 figure. And yeah, you could use 2012 one, but this is the one I had, so that's what I had to use. Next up we have Tony Stark from when he gets out of the suit, and I use the torso, legs, head, and hair from the Malibu Mansion set, and then these arms from Ethan Hunt that give you black on top and tan on bottom, and then some tan hands to round it out. And yeah, I think he looks pretty good. We also used him in the Iron Man 2 showcase, so check that out and you'll see him in that as well. Next up we have Pepper Potts, and to build her I used the torso, arms, and hands from Han Solo to get that open white shirt look. And in the movie she's actually wearing like jean shorts, but Lego doesn't make those. So I went with these lighter blue jeans from Lego City, head from Pepper Potts, and then this hair from Lego City, which I think it gives her a nice like ginger look that she has going on. And yeah, that's Pepper Potts. Next up we see Steve Rogers on the Quinjet going to the Helicarrier, and for him I use these dark blue legs, this torso from the newer iteration of Indiana Jones sets, so you get that open brown jacket, and then put the head from Victor Crumb from Harry Potter. I just love that look for an older Captain America. Well, not really older, but not his younger iterations. And then the hair I use from Owen Grady, or it's come on multiple places. I think Captain America's actually used it, maybe once. But yeah, that is Steve Rogers. You could build his boxing outfit, but we did that earlier for the first Avengers showcase, so you can check that out for how to build that. But yeah, pretty good figure overall. And I know we don't see him yet in the movie, but we do see Sitwell on the Helicarrier, so had to build him here since he will be a big part of one of our next showcases coming up, the Winter Soldier. Use some black legs, torso, and arms from the detective from Lilo and Stitch, tan hands, and the head from Justin Hammer. I know his skin tone's a little darker, but I don't really have any pieces that would work for that, so this is what we had to work with. Next up we have the Other, and this is a really simple character to make because all you're using is a Chitauri torso, head, and hands, and then everything else, all the black parts you can find pretty much anywhere. And then this tattered cape and headpiece come from Corvus Glaive. So yeah, we don't see him in the movie that much, but you had to build him because he is there. So yeah, pretty simple design and looks pretty great overall. Next we have Loki in his casual outfit from when he invades I forget what that town name is, but this is where we first see the Avengers like suit up. So to build him I used the torso and legs from the Harry Potter Minister of Magic. Head and hair come from Loki from the CMF series, and yeah, he looks pretty good overall and love the design and how it came out. Next we finally see Captain America when he tries to take down Loki, and I use the torso, head, and helmet and shield from the 2023 Quinjet based on the 2012 movie. So yeah, can't get much better than the design Lego gave us. And then use these legs with dark blue jeans, I guess you could call them, and red boots. These come from Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one. I think it's come on other places like Superman. But one of the characters from Adventure Time has the legs in dark blue and dark red. So if you have that, use that one. But this is what I had, so that's what I had to work with. Since we already showed you how to build Iron Man, next figure we have is Thor, from trying to take down Loki with Captain America and Iron Man. And for him, I didn't change anything from my design from the first Thor movie. I used the torso, arms, and hands from Thor from the 2023 Quinjet, legs from Sam Wilson's Captain America from CMF, this cape from Thor from Ragnarok, the Surtur set, head from earlier Ragnarok sets, also come on multiple places, hair from video game Thor, and then this hammer to round it out, which you can get on pretty much any Thor figure. So yeah, pretty great design, and it looks the same from the first movie. Next we see the Avengers at the Helicarrier, all of them, when they're bickering over all their issues, you know? And this is Bruce Banner that we see at the end of the movie, but he also wears it before he turns into the Hawk in the Helicarrier. So for him, I use dark tan legs, the torso from Adventure Pack from Lego City, tan hands, and then head and hair from Bruce Banner. And yeah, kind of like the Lego Marvel superheroes design for him. But yeah, it looks pretty good and works well for him. And I know this isn't the first time we see Black Widow in the movie, but this is her more prominent outfit, which she wears near the end of the movie and when she's getting chased by Hawk. And for her, I use the torso, arms, and hands from the 2023 Quinjet. And you can see that nice shield logo printing on there, looks pretty awesome. These legs come from the Civil War airport battle. They came on 3 figures in the same set, so yeah, they work pretty good there. And then head and hair from Black Widow. Hair might not be exactly on point, but it looks good for this one. But yeah, that is Black Widow. The next figure we have is Hawk, and to build him, I just used the Hawk from the 2023 Age of Ultron diorama. I know his outfit is not the same from the first 2 movies, but I don't have the Hawk in dark khaki pants, so this is what I had to use. But if you have the older Hawk, use that because it looks better, but this looks good also. Next we have Hawkeye, and I do not have any of the Hawkeyes from the first Avengers movie, so for him I had to get creative and use the torso from 2023's diorama set. Tan arms, tan hand, and then a dark red hand. These legs that came on the same set, we got the Black Widow legs from because there were so many. A bow piece on the front, and then the arrow piece on the back from Hawkeye, and then the head and hair from the Age of Ultron Hawkeye, the newer ones, but you could also use the head we had on from earlier because that looks good also. So next up we see Tony Stark. You could also use this for the Helicarrier version, but he shows up when he jumps out of the Stark Tower and deploys the new Mark 7 suit, which we will look at in a minute. But to build him, torso, legs, and head all from the Tony Stark from the Armory set, and then some dark brown sweatback hair, because if you look at the movies, Lego uses black hair, but he really actually has dark brown, so you might not be able to see it on the camera. It kind of looks black here, but nonetheless, that is Tony Stark. Next up we have Mark 7, and I just used the entire Mark 7 figure from the Armory set, And yeah, pretty simple figure. You could also use the battle damaged one from the Avengers Tower, but sadly I don't have the $500 set, so that was what I had to work with. And our second to last figures are the Chitauri, and this is the newer Chitauri on the right, and the older one on the left from 2012. This is like the only 2012 figure I have from the first wave, and then just the newer one from the endgame line of sets, which are probably worth about $1, but they work good here. And our final figure to wrap up the Avengers showcase is Thanos. And I used the smaller version of Thanos from the Avengers 4 Plus line of sets just to showcase that we didn't really know how big of a threat Thanos was at this time. So since he's not really a big threat in 2012, you're gonna use a smaller version, and for the later versions, we will use the other Thanos. And yeah, that is the showcase, and I will wrap it up and give you my final thoughts on the movie and the figures, and then we'll look forward to next week's showcase. Well guys, that was my showcase on Avengers 2012. Let me know what you guys thought of the showcase and what are your opinions on this movie. I thought it was good, and I know it's not the best Avengers movie, but that's because they keep getting better. And yeah, that's my final thoughts on this showcase. Hope you guys tune in next week for Iron Man 3. That should be a big one, might be bigger than this showcase, so check that out next week. Alright, peace.